Hi, my name is Michael Aguado. I'm applying for a position on the board of directors at the Carillon HOA. I've been married to my wife Sue for 16 years. I've lived in Carillon for a little over 2 years. I've also been 40 years as a tuck pointer, 37 years with the same company, 26 years in a leadership role. So I know how to treat men and women I've worked with with respect and dignity. Our HOA and its residents are no different. I also served as a director to a small 100-unit townhome HOA in Glendale Heights. It's not about power or having an agenda when you try to serve the residents of this community. It's about you, the residents. I believe I can try to make a difference in our community. I'm a people person. It's about serving this community and its residents. You can call me, text me, or email me at any time, day or night. My phone number is 630-564-6453. My email is icc.events.mike@gmail.com. If elected, I will work to better this community with my knowledge and construction expertise. Residents are looking for the HOA board to do what's right for us all. Residents are looking for directors to make tough decisions after majority input from its residents. But residents always come first.
Hello, my name is Darlene DeFrancesco. I want to thank you for the opportunity to share with you about myself, my background, and why I would like to be on the HOA board. We lived in Carillon for almost a year. It's a lovely and wonderful community, and we are so glad to be living here. I've been married to Franco for 4 years. We started to look at this community about a year and a half ago. We kept being drawn out this way because of the location and how beautiful it is. It is a well-kept-up community with very friendly people and caring residents. I have 3 sons, 1 stepdaughter, and 1 stepson. 2 of my sons are Marine veterans, and we are very proud of all of our children and their life accomplishments. I have 1 grandson and another grandchild on the way in October. Being a vice president of a hospitality company for 16 plus years and managing the company, I bring leadership, management, problem solving, negotiating, and listening skills to the board. I held positions as a volunteer on PTO boards, Boy Scouts of America, Fox River Grove Lioness Club treasurer, along with being involved with the McHenry Veterans Committee. Being in these volunteer groups, I enjoy being part of the organizations to contribute and serve to the needs and create success and improvements where needed. My purpose in running for the board is pretty simple. I am looking forward to committing to work for the very best for our community here and to use my skills to keep the residents knowledgeable about what is going on and encouraging input from them. I look forward to collaborating with the board members to address solutions and to do my best for the community. Again, thank you for the opportunity.
Hi, I'm Susan Landis. I've lived in Carillon for 5 years and I absolutely love it. I enjoy all of the amenities Carillon has to offer, but most of all, I love the wonderful people living in this community. As you may be aware, I was elected to serve on the first HOA board after the turnover. I bring to the board over 40 years of experience in residential property management and medical facility management. I know what it takes to run a great community. As the first board elected, we knew we were going to face multiple challenges, not only laying the foundations for our new homeowners association, but also looking back to D.R. Horton's stewardship of our community prior to turnover. And with the first budget, we began to prepare for the future. During that time, we faced many difficult decisions, although some of them were easy, like should we repair the ceiling that fell in the exercise room? Definitely. Some decisions were much harder to make, like increasing the HOA fees in order to cover the loss of supplemental income, as well as to help raise reserve for replacement funds that were minimally funded prior to turnover. As a single income widow, I know those things act on my bottom line, and I'm sure they do on yours as well. Please know that all decisions your neighbors on the board make are made with the best interest of the community first and foremost. I'm pleased to say that the board continues the tasks necessary to complete the transition study. With the information provided by this report, we will bring to D.R. Horton's attention all the areas we feel we were shortchanged. He is a formidable adversary. I am currently co-chair of the New Pond Committee. I also co-chaired the committee charged with preparing a safe and controlled return to the clubhouse during the pandemic. I am also part of the committee which interviewed and hired the new property management firm, and I'm currently looking forward to welcoming new residents into the community with Intro to HOA Living. I am asking for your vote so I can continue this important work on your behalf, and I thank you very much for your attention.
Hello, my name is Jim Pupilis. I have been on your HOA board for the last 2 years and also your treasurer for the last 2 years. I'm running for the board again and would really appreciate your support and vote in the upcoming election on October 8th. My wife Jackie and I live on Kelly Lane and have lived here for the last 8 years. On September 25th, we will have been married 55 years. Jackie is an awesome wife and my best friend, as many of you already know, and maybe you're good friends too. I've helped many of our residents over the past 8 years. I've always been available to help anyone needing it, whether it be from a knock on our front door, a phone call, or an email. I have always been there for our residents and always will be. For those who do not know me or my background, I have a Bachelor of Science degree and accounting degree from Roosevelt University. I also have an MBA from Northwestern University. After graduation from Roosevelt University, I entered the auditing field. Eventually, I worked my way up to the Chief Financial Officer position of a 200-plus employee firm in a Chicagoland suburb. The firm also owned 2 banks. In addition to operating the financial side of the corporation, I also helped the bank president with financial reviews and tax return reviews of their customers and potential customers regarding account balances and loans. In 1986, I left the corporate world and worked to grow my own accounting practice. I helped businesses prepare their financial statements, corporate tax returns, and payrolls. In 1986, I also started my own payroll company, offering payrolls, payroll tax filings, and W-2s to clients. Over the next 20 years, my company grew to over 1,000 individual clients and over 180 corporate clients, preparing their financial statements, tax returns, helping them obtain bank loans and SBA loans. This all happened through word of mouth with no actual advertising. My clients trusted me. They knew I would do whatever I could to help, and their friends have done so and trusted me for the last 50 years. ADP, the payroll company, offered to buy my payroll side of my business twice. I did not sell. Instead, 10 years ago, I sold my company to my employees. The reason I'm saying this is all for 2 reasons. My extensive business background, that my clients trusted me, and my word has been my bond for over 50 years. They knew they could contact me for any reason, and I was there to help. I ignore one and carry that same philosophy and responsibility to this community. I am there to help you in any way I can. Call me, knock on my door, or email me. If I cannot fix your issue personally, I will make sure your issue or question is passed on to the proper individual or individuals for help. I am there for you. Now, we have a great board of directors, and I'm very proud to be a member of our board. It has been my hope the residents will keep us all in office for another 2 years. However, I am supposed to be promoting myself in this video, so let me say this. I am the one who recommended we moved from Barrington Bank to Fidelity. Instead of losing money every month, we are now earning interest each month by investing in FDIC-insured CDs and CD laddering. I believe we will earn around $20,000 this year in interest, and of course this money will be used to pay some of our expenses, lessening any potential increase in HOA fees. I'm also the one with the board approval who does all the CD purchasing. As of today, I have purchased 747 individual $1,000 CDs. That is right. I have purchased 747 individual CDs for our community. I review thousands of available CDs and purchase the best ones for our community on a monthly basis. All safe, FDIC insured, and fully audited each year by an outside accounting firm. It is my hope to continue this practice for another 2 years with your support and vote. Please Support me, tell your friends and neighbors, and vote for me on October 8th for another 2 years as your HOA board member. I have always been there for our residents and always will be. Thank you, Jim Pupilis.
Thank you for taking the time to meet and talk with me tonight. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Richard Rode. I'm running for our HOA board. I've lived here about 2.5 years. I'm married to the love of my life, Diane, for 48 years. We have 3 married children. I have 6 grandchildren and 3 fantastic granddogs. My work experience, I've spent 44 years in retail management. Started out at Dominic's, Bed Bath & Beyond, Builder Square, so I have many that I've worked for. I actually was a real estate broker for 2 years, and then I also spent 10 years as the owner and operator of a home improvement company. Along the way, I believe that if you live in your community, you can take the time to get involved, which I have. So I actually met with the mayor of Roselle and told her that I would like to get involved. She instantly appointed me to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Unfortunately, or fortunately enough, the state changed the rules. They wanted a second board just for appeals. She made me the chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals. I did that for 5 years. That board, we were in charge of listening to residents' concerns, complaints, and they wanted to change things, so I know how to run a board. The village board came to me and unanimously asked me to join the village board. I spent 14 years as a sitting village board member. What I learned after all those years on these boards is the most important thing is to remember that you represent the residents, whether it's a village board, an HOA, even a state rep. You represent everyone. Before you make a vote, you should actually talk with your residents. The board should be doing that first. Then the board should communicate back and forth. And we have many ways of doing that nowadays, not just in presence. But you want to make sure that the board understands the majority feeling of the residents. Then before they vote, they should know what their findings are and how they are going to vote. I believe then, that board is doing the right thing. And again, transparency is a great word we like to throw around. So there's many ways to make sure that everybody is aware of what's going on. I believe with all the experience that I have, I can also help our HOA with any of the other forms of government we come into touch with. So that would be either the village board of Ingrid Grove, the township, or county or whatever. And so I'm asking you to vote for me so that I can work with all of us here, because I believe that we are all in this together, and I think that I can help make a difference. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Connie Sager. My husband George and I lived on Prescott for 5 years, and we love living here in Carillon. I have had the honor of serving as secretary to the board for the past 2 years. It certainly has been much more of a challenge than I had anticipated. However, I truly am thankful to have had the privilege to work with such a caring team. Besides handling the turnover from D.R. Horton, we also voted to approve a new management company, First Service, and they have been very helpful in assisting us with many of the issues we have faced. Some of the challenges we encountered were faulty electrical and plumbing work done during construction of the clubhouse. And of course, we will be including these issues along with our transition study report claim to D.R. Horton. But there's still much to do before we're ready to present that claim. As a team, we also improved many improvements for the clubhouse and the grounds, all to maintain our beautiful community. COVID presented another challenge, unforeseen challenge for all of us. And we worked in unity to make the decisions to follow the COVID restrictions and to maintain the health and safety of our staff and the residents, you being our number one concern. I will admit I thought long and hard before deciding to run for another term. But I believe unity is of utmost importance, and I would be privileged to work with the team that works together to present and get our fair share from D.R. Horton. Thank you for your consideration.
Hi, I'm Ken Scheringhausen, and I'm running for one of the 4 open positions on the HOA Board of Directors. If you haven't had a chance to review my candidate nomination form, let me give you the highlights. My wife Sarah and I moved here in 2013 after spending 28 years in Moselle. I'm currently on the board and have been since the developer turned the board over to the community in the fall of 2018. Prior to being on the board, I was on the Finance Commission, the Enhancement Committee, and the Architectural Review Commission. I also helped grow the Caroline Classic from its inception 7 years ago, when we had less than 24 golfers, to over 60 last year. I volunteer for the D300 Food Bank and am an avid golfer. I've spent nearly my entire career in the financial services industry, first as a vice president at Harris Bank BMO, and then as a partner at American Chartered Bank, before the bank was sold in the fall of 2017, when I rewired. During my 35 years in the financial services industry, I've managed staffs in excess of 300 employees and been responsible for internet banking, marketing, and treasury management services. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in business. I feel I have what it takes to continue to serve on the board. I'm committed to making the time necessary to continually review and refine big picture plans for the community. I'm not about trying to push through personal agendas. I never shy away from risk by obtaining information and direction from the insurance, legal, and vendor experts. As the board are not experts, we need guidance. COVID-19 created some very challenging times and required decisions driven by the medical and legal experts, as well as government directives. Decisions must be made on logic and reason, not emotion or fear, even if they're not popular. I take my fiduciary responsibility very seriously. A fiduciary is a person who occupies a position of special trust and confidence. Board members are fiduciaries to the community. Therefore, a board member must keep this in mind when making decisions. Knowing these decisions should work towards the benefit of the community as a whole, not just their own self-interests or those of their friends. I'm willing to listen to the concerns of all the residents in order to help the community thrive. We are at a critical time right now as we plan for the future of Caroline. Decisions must be made on future financial budgets, reserve fund requirements, and completion of the transition study, which I've affectionately referred to as the defect study. Continuity in completing these initiatives is critical. I live here just like you, and therefore have a vested interest in making sure our HOA fees are appropriate, while at the same time making sure we have enough money saved so that we can pay to replace the 500 plus roofs we have in the attached homes and repave the 6.5 miles of drive we have within the community. I also want to make sure the developer, D.R. Horton, is held accountable for their mistakes. In closing, I feel I have the integrity, experience, qualifications, and good judgment necessary to ask for and hopefully receive your vote. So please vote for me, Kent Scheringhausen. And for those of you that moved to Caroline over the last 9 months, looking forward to utilizing all the amenities the community has to offer, as well as participating in the social events, I apologize you haven't been able to take advantage of them. Unfortunately, COVID-19 has put a crimp in the lifestyle we've all come to enjoy. This is a great place to live, and once we get through these challenging times, you'll be happy you moved here. Thanks for your time, and have a great day.